Here we go. Which has meant we've gained about 60%. So, all right, this is what we've ended up with. Quite a bunch of good stuff. So this will be all different by the end of the day. I hope. Folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, I've been documenting this journey for the last 4 years and it has been a journey to get here. The milestones that I've recently celebrated and achieved, it has taken the 4 years to actually get to those points. And the purpose of me documenting this journey is to share and document what it looks like to build a business. Now, in this case, my business, how I build it is going to look very different to maybe how you're doing yours. We have different circumstances, but I'm building this to suit my lifestyle, and I'm also building it over a plan of 5 to 10 years, knowing that it's going to take a lot of work and there's going to be a lot of obstacles in doing so. Now, the purpose of these videos is really just to show you how I make those decisions, the things that I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and also taking you through the lessons and the learnings that I have to experience every week while building out this business. And hopefully this will give you some motivation, some inspiration, maybe find some value out of it, or maybe just give you that, I guess, encouragement to get out there and chase your own dreams as well, be it a business or just something else. Now, this week in the business, it's been another week of it's never a dull day kind of thing. It was a shorter week. We did have a public holiday this week, but lots has been happening. Now, the main focus at the start of the week was actually consolidating all of our stock, and we've started that process. We have not finished it, spoiler alert, but we'll talk about that in the video. But we've started to save 60% space while doing this consolidation. So it's been really great to be able to see that once we finish it, we should have a lot more space saved, and we're going to have more space going forward. We've also had a lot of new deals come in this week. It's kind of normal now, I guess, which is really great because like I cannot complain. The amount of stock that I'm getting is just next level, and that helps me and keeps me motivated to then push harder to help us grow. And that's what I need. And the reality is growth is hard, but it's required to see the growth. We have to go through all these obstacles. Now, the other thing is we've continued to prep for the market for this week. Coming up, it's on the 16th of November. If you're wanting to come, I'll chuck it up on screen. It is Piersdale. The market itself is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So come on down. There's going to be some food. There'll be a lot of fun. It's dog friendly. You're more than welcome to come by, pick up a bargain, pick up a deal, and there's obviously lots of other vendors there as well. So giving that a go, that's coming up this week. The other thing has been, there's been a lot more opportunities popping up this week, and I've also had to face some big decisions to be made for the going forward of the business. So lots on my mind. We're going to dive into it. If you do stick around, I'll take you through all the financials, and I'll also, of course, take you through the lessons for the week as well. Let's get into it. Oh, and of course, if you've got any questions, comments, chuck them down below, and I'll do my best to try and incorporate those into the video, or I'll get back to you as soon as possible in the comments itself. Thanks, and we're back at it. It's Monday morning. I hope you're all doing well. Gee, these weeks are just flying. It's actually been a bit of an interesting weekend. It's a long weekend, well, kind of a weird long weekend here in Melbourne, because we've got the Cup Day tomorrow, Tuesday, so a lot of people go away. But it's actually been very, very quiet this weekend on eBay. I mean, I think I've got 30 orders to go out. Over the last few weeks, we've been doing closer to the 50, so we're about 20 short. Still pretty good, not too bad. I did finish my sale last week, so that's probably got a bit of an indication of it as well. But it's Monday, it's a new week. We start from zero again. Didn't have any overnight sales. Haven't had any sales this morning. It's already 8 o'clock. Carla's actually working from home. But yeah, so it's always interesting how quickly things can change, but we charge on, right? That's what we do. So today, the plan is, I have my photographer in today. They'll get in probably around 9 o'clock. They're there all day. I've got to do the pick, pack and post. I've actually got an absolute chockers load of stuff in the back from a whole bunch of stuff I picked up from some guy moving. Went there on the weekend. That was a pretty cool opportunity. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. There's Lego, video games, collectibles, action figures, toys, books, everything in between. So that's all consignment, and then I got 76 pieces of clothing, which I've already paid for. So always opportunities. So I'll be sorting through a lot of that today. I've also got the chance to go back there today after lunch and see if there's anything else we can then collect. So lots happening. I'll bring you along for the journey. Yeah, November, here we go. Jeepers. Alright, I'll see you in the shop. Alright, we have a lot of stuff. Let's get it all over to here. Here we go. Alright. Shockers. Let's get set up. Lots to do today. Jeez. Whoop. All right, we're all set up. It's actually quite warm in here. Jeez. All right, I'm just going to get some of this out of the way. First priority is probably going to be a pick, pack, and post, and then we'll get into all this. Whew, it's warm. Just got a message from the photographer. They're in there on their way in now. So I think today they're going to be doing. They'll be finishing off the shirts, and then they've got shorts and skirts and everything in between. Time for a pick, pack, and post, I think. Alright, so this is all clothes, and that is all clothes, and there's a couple of bits and bobs in there. We've cleared out the other two trolleys. We've got board games, we've got some toys, we've got books, we've got video games. These are all like car manuals in here. And then some bits and bobs, more books. This is from a different lot that I picked up on Sunday. This is new consignment, and then this is with the other lot. So lots of goodies in here. Pretty cool stuff. And all down there too. Time to pick and post. Alright team, ended up getting out all the clothes. It's all now flat laid, and photographer number one's going to be happy to do all this. Lots of women's actually. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Let's go pick, pack, and post. Alright team, so we've got a total of 36 orders to go out, which isn't too bad. It was a total of 43 items, however, as you can see here. So a couple of multi-quantity. We've done 2,066 over the weekend. Bit of a low weekend. Like I said, we usually have about 50 orders. We've actually dropped down again. We're back down to 73,900, which makes sense because it's been quiet for the last couple of days. Let's get packing. There's quite a lot of interesting things going out, so I'll show you that shortly. Alright team, we have lots of clothes. We've got a lot of Western Pearl Snap stuff going out, which makes sense for the time of year. A lot of the Rodeo shows start from this month all the way up until about February, so really trying to push a lot of that. We've got a PlayStation going out, we've got a MacBook going out, we've got a whole bunch of cars going out. We do have this VCR Sony player going out. That's gone for $100 plus $230 postage to Qatar. A couple of cameras, and yeah, mainly just clothes. Not bad. Here's another one that I sold from last week's thrift video with, I think I got this one with Cameron, the Duchamp floral tee. That one went for, it's gone in a big bundle lot of $131, but it works out to be about $32 after postage and everything, so happy with that. Alright team, just finished doing all the postage. I'm about to print it out, and I just sold 7 laptops to one person, so I've got to pack all this up. Probably go in a couple of different boxes. And I actually had someone come through and just purchase 5 iPad bundles as well, but they have not paid yet. Maybe they will. Alright, let's pack all this up. This is what the big VHS player is going in all the way over to Qatar, so pretty good. Alright team, post is now actually done. We've got quite the choppers over there. Lots of boxes. The plan now is I'm not actually going to be going and looking at any more stuff today. Change of plans. Classic. Which is okay because I've got plenty of stuff to go through here. So I'm going to sort this today, start photographing this today. Going to get through the books, want to get through those. Really just do all the quick wins that I don't have to test anything, and then I can put it straight into its home in here. We're chockers, but I do have plenty of room over here as well, so in here and down there as well, so and actually it's not too bad. But lunch first. Alright folks, just doing a whole bunch of these different bits and bobs, and we've got a little Crazy Frog radio here, which is pretty cool. We've got some bubblegum prices. We've been listing other bits and bobs. We've already done a nice little row over there of some boxing stuff. I'm just picking through quick wins really. It's a whole bunch of fun. Some cool hats here as well. This is from 1996 Atlanta Olympics. Some shoes, sealed tapes. This is all like holy stuff that I was telling you about. Just giving you guys an update as I progress through. There was some vintage Mad magazines that I'm flattening out. And there's even some Mondos. Anyone remember Mondos? Got an Xbox One in there. Some little bits and bobs in here too. Just pretty cool. Some more dolls. Those things are scary. Let's charge on. Alright team, we're making some progress. We have a long way to go yet. My phone's actually just on charge. I've actually just got to finalise my order of postage supplies. So I'm going to work on that for a bit because I am seeing my postie today. As you can see, that back wall used to be all stacked. It's all gone now. There's just a couple of large padded mailer boxes left, so need to do a big order. Alright team, I'm packed up. I'm getting out of here. This is getting a bit crazy again. Anyway, I'm actually going to be here tomorrow just for a short period of time. Carla's going to be helping with the consolidation. We're not going to do the whole thing. She's just giving me a bit of a head start. And then we're back here normal on Wednesday. So, ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Wednesday. We skipped Tuesday altogether. It was a public holiday. I actually did go into the shop, but I forgot to bring the GoPro, so I'll talk about that when we get in. I've just finished up a backpack for Vic Kids. It's been a pretty exciting day today. We actually, we got a donation from Cards by Brammers of a whole bunch of mini folders for Pokemon folders, and he said, look, I don't have any cards to give at this point, which was 100% fine, because I had about 4,000 loose cards, which not all of them were very special, but we've gone through, we've been sorting them today, the 4,000 cards, and making them up into bundles to go with the folders. We also got a whole bunch of stickers and posters and bits and bobs that came with the donation from Cards by Brammers as well. So big thank you to you, sir. But we've been sorting all those today, making them up into bundles, which has been a lot of fun. So and those cards have been basically cards that we've opened up over the last few years with the fundraising or people that have donated it back to the channel. I've just been holding on to them and been waiting for this moment. So that was pretty cool. Today, it is 12:30 now. On my way into the shop, I've got to do a pick, pack and pose. It has been absolutely dead quiet. Yesterday, I think we did 3 sales, which is, it's a bit disheartening because we had such a great streak and we got up to the 76. I think we're down to 73,000 now. So we've gone from doing $900,000 days back down to 300. Not sure exactly what it is. Don't know if it's just a timing thing. I know looking at my graph, it is a timing thing in some sense because this month always does dip down because we're competing with so many other sales and things like that. But we'll see what happens. I'll talk a bit more about that in the shop. As I said, I did go in yesterday. We started the consolidation, Carla and I. I'll show you that too as well. So it is hot. It's currently like 32 degrees. I'm going to get into the shop, have some lunch, show you around, and then we'll do a pick, pack and post. And then it's probably just time for some admins and whatnot. So I'll see you guys in a jiffy. Alright folks, just had some lunch here at the shop now. Obviously we've got, actually not too bad, we've got 25 orders to go out and we're back down to 74,116. So that shows you how quickly things change. We had the bull run, we got up to 76,200 and it's been a week and we've dropped basically $2,000. That's just because volume has totally dropped. Could be because I finished running my sale, start of a new month, bunch of different things. All right, we've got mainly just a lot of clothes. We do have some, this is from one of my consignments, some Macca's toys going to Japan. That's gone for about 50 bucks. Got this little Manchester Nike piece, it's gone for 50 bucks. We've got a laptop, we've got 6 bundles of iPads in there. Got some Wii U games, Polo, SpongeBob shirt, jumper going overseas. Bit of True Religion. This tech knife fleece from my previous video sold. Yeah, good range of stuff. Oh, actually, even this rugby L Bean signature top that's gone overseas as well. I think that went for like 76 bucks. I'm gonna pack it all up, and then I'm gonna do a whole bunch of admin. All right, team, postage is all done. Let me show you what we ended up doing yesterday. So the plan was to deep consolidate, basically seeing if we basically took everything out of like the bags and compressed it, which has meant we've gained about 60%. So as you can see, we used to have only 4 here, but now we fit 7 in each one. So it meant I didn't have to readjust all the shelving units, which a lot of you have suggested to do, but this is the way it's worked for now, because this is how we're doing it in the new system, like on the other units. But because the stickers aren't in the right positions on these ones, I've had to just put the numbers here just as a bit of a guide as we work through this. But we started on this, we ended up doing all of that, compressed it down to this, so we've gained a lot of space already. We're not necessarily gaining boxes yet, but it's just a very time consuming process. So I need to keep doing this. I also need to make up more boxes for photographers as well, because, well, we're running out of space. But once we finish all this, there'll be lots of space. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But unit number 3 is absolutely chockers. I need, well, as you can see here, so if I clear out this, I can actually make a little bit more space, but there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. So yeah, it's all a bit tight. So I'm going to do a bit of shuffling. Probably won't film too much just because I need to get a bit of work done. It's already 3 o'clock. So I'll check in a little later. All right, team, I've been sorting through, I'll talk about this in a minute. I've been sorting through more stock just to give you guys an understanding of how it's going. Consolidated pretty well. I am being pretty bullish in terms of just how we're putting it in here, but on average we're fitting 3 at the top, 4 at the bottom. For some of these they don't fit, so I've just gone like that, which is quite funny. So I've just done all this, got a couple more here to do. I'm also pulling out a few things that I think will either go to market or I'm just culling, just old stock. I mean, we do this every year, if not twice a year, to be honest. So we are mid-year, so it does make sense to do. So we're making plenty of space here. I've actually just had one of my consignees drop off a whole bunch of more stuff. The stuff that I got on the weekend, actually, from the same fella. So we've got some books and manga in here and stuff. And then, interesting. And then we've got, what have we got here? We've got more train stuff, hats, dolls, little bag of Holden stuff, jackets and things. This is, don't know what that is. More Thomas, and then this is just tubs of Lego, just loose stuff that to be sorted out. Yep, I'm gonna start to pack up. I've got to put this away, but this will give me a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Anyway, it's 4:20. Alright, team, I am out of here. I will see you tomorrow. Probably be an early one, and we do it all again. It's hot and sticky. Ciao. Folks, and just like that, it was Thursday. I can't believe we're smashing through this week again. And just dropped Kyla off at the train. Got a cheeky coffee. It's 7 a.m. We've got an early one again today. And we've actually got a real big day at the shop, so I'll be there all day, of course. I've got photographer number 2 coming in. Well, I'm assuming, I've said only got to tell me if you're not coming in. So still getting used to that dynamic. But yeah, there's lots to happen today. We've got, I think, 25 orders. Actually, it's probably less than that. I think it's 12 orders. Anyway, you'll find out. Still been pretty quiet. Got a couple of people interested in some multiple quantity purchases, but they haven't sent the offers through or whatever. But my focus today is just, I got to do a little bit of admin this morning, just get everything set up for photographer. I have done my 40 listings this morning, winning. That was good. Got it all done before I left home at 6:30, which is, it doesn't happen often, but it was a lot of shirts, so it just made it a lot easier. And my focus otherwise than pick, pack and post is just to continue to go through all that stuff that I got yesterday, quick wins, continuing the consolidation, just really doing a bit of that every day to make it a bit more manageable. Prepping for the market. I might actually nick into Bunnings and just grab a couple of things right now as well, just before we get into the day. Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots happening. My head is in crazy places, like good places, but like just about things that are going on. I've got another international opportunity tonight. I've actually got a call to go through that, meeting with another supplier, just sussing things out, keeping things real. And I've got I think I've got another consignment pick up tomorrow, and then Saturday I've got to drop off the rest of those books that I dropped off last week. And I've got, quite a lot of tubs, so I'm gonna do that Saturday. And then I've got a deal to pick up on Saturday. So just lots of opportunities, really grateful for all these things that are happening, but just keeping myself ticking over because there's lots to be done. And we have our next washing load. We've got to get that picked up Monday, so it's back for Thursday. So yeah, lots of moving pieces. I'm kind of just speaking my mind at this point. Anyway, the week's been pretty quiet though, all things considered, but we charge on. So I'm going to get into the shop. Actually, I'll go to Bunnings, get into the shop, and we'll get started for the day. All right, we're in. I just grabbed a couple of these moving bags and also another table. This is all the stuff we've got to tackle today. I've also got to do a lot in here. I know some of you are going to be thinking, Chris, what are you doing? But I love this because it keeps me absolutely focused and motivated to move forward. So this is some of the stuff I've been culling as well. But I actually had a question come through that I want to chat about. And the question came from Sonia, Sun and Sal. Asked, hi Chris, how do you manage to have an average postage at under $7? Are you with Australia Post? I am in Western Australia on band 5, and most of my postage is in the medium parcel around $12 to $14. So a couple of things here. First thing is, you're sending medium parcels. It's not a like-to-like comparison. I did actually respond to this, and I said that 70% of my sales tend to stay in Victoria. It could be a little less than that, but regardless, whether it's being Victoria, 80% of my clothing, which is 70% of my business, all goes in small satchels. And that makes a huge difference in terms of how much I'm paying per piece. The other thing that and I'll bring this up on screen so you guys can see. The other thing that makes this the way it is essentially these. So for instance, in October we did 504 postage transactions at 5,788, and postage was $8.18 on average per item. And that's because, so for instance, we might have sent 504 packages, but if I actually look at how much we actually sent in terms of sold items, we actually sold a total of 792 items, and those 792 items on average have gone into those 500 and something packages. Now some of that is a little bit diluted because not all of that came directly from eBay. Some of that was wholesale, but that's the reason why. Is because on average I'm sending 1.25 items in a package, which is why I'm seeing such a saving. So for instance, if the average post to send standard is $10.90, and I'm basically getting, it's 0.25% times 0.25. Yeah, so basically on average, I'm saving about $2.70 per item when it's combined postage. Now, the way I also manage that is I encourage people to buy multiple items. And when people buy multiple items, I save on postage and I end up making a little bit more money. So that's probably the reason why. I did get a response saying, Thanks, Chris. It's weird why I get so many remote sales. I don't believe it's a product I'm selling either. After 6 years observing this, I'm sure the algorithm just selects many rural or remote customers to send my way. Yeah, so because you're based in Western Australia, it's going to be easier for your stuff to get to people logistically in those rural areas. Rather than eBay is not going to suggest an item that's on the other side of Australia necessarily to get sent to them if they're in WA, because the customer, it's going to take a long time for the customer to get it, which means it's not going to be a good customer experience, which means is that customer likely to buy off eBay again? Even though it's got nothing to do with eBay, eBay's job is to put the best product in front of the customer. So because where you're located, I would say that's why you're getting a lot of those rural ones, because it kind of just flows into their supply chain of that management. Yeah, good question. All right, I've just been doing some admins. I'm just getting things set up, but we're currently sitting on 74,155. So as I said, it's been pretty quiet. We dropped back down. Got about 16 orders going out. I'm going to wait a bit before I start doing a pick, pack, and post, just because I think there's a couple of payments that I think will come through, and it just saves me doing any, doing it twice more so, because sometimes I will post twice if I get a lot. So I'm just going to wait because I'm here all day. So if I do it after lunch, it doesn't really matter. Behind me, I've got actually all the stuff that I've been pulling out. So I'm going to probably do a little bit of this. I might actually pull out all the stuff that I am posting first, just to make sure that I'm not double, consolidating or whatever. I'll pull all that out. I'll quickly show you what's there, and then if anything else comes through, well, so be it. But I'll probably actually do the pick, pack, and post a little. Well, the pack and post a little bit later, and then my priority will be I've got to do a little bit more admin of just removing some of the stuff that, like unlisting some of the stuff that's going to the market, making sure that's all done as well. And then by that time, I think my photographer will be here. When they're here, I'll just be focusing on, well, it might be some posting, but really just starting to go through all of this and this as well. All right, let's do some work. All right, photographer's about to arrive. I'll quickly take you through what we've got. We've got a few bundles in here. Someone's come through and purchased lots of Nautica, which is pretty cool. Got some silver tab Levi's going out. They went for 61, 71. Then we've got some Harley. We've actually been selling quite a lot of fleece, which is a bit weird. And a lot of it's going to Tasmania, so it must be cold down in Tasmania. But yeah, that's kind of it. And then that whole bundle of iPhones. So I'll start to pack this throughout the day, but like I said, I've got about 6 people pending payments. So hopefully that comes through and I can get that out today as well. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I'm not sure how much I filmed today because just working with the photographer, there was a couple of things that they're going to have to fix. They missed a few photos of measurements and stuff. Sometimes when you get into a groove and you don't do the process, you just repeat it. So there's like 6 or 7 that I'm going to have to get them to fix, go back and rephoto, reskew kind of thing. All normal, happened with my photographer number 1. I make the mistake every so often as well. Yep, I'm not perfect. All right, team, I'm going to get into this and give you an update as we go. All right, folks, postage is all done. It must be about 11 o'clock. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock and I'm starting to sort through all this stuff. So I've just gone through a whole bunch of different hats. There's some interesting things in here, nothing crazy. This is going through all the stuff from yesterday. We've got a little Medal of Honor thing. This is a Derby Dome. I don't know what it is. I'm going to go through all this Thomas stuff now. Just working my way through it. There's a whole bunch of train stuff in here as well. Vintage trains. So I'm going to try and get all this listed today. At least photoed anyway. All right. So much stuff. Jeez. Right, there's a bit more Lego as well. And here's all the trains that we've pulled out as well. Some pretty cool stuff actually. We've got the My Model. Some more train stuff here. That was just in one of the suitcases. And then we've got down here, we've got a whole bunch of different, some surveying gear, and we've got some modems and whatnot. There's more surveying gear in there. And yeah, that's probably all the exciting stuff at this point. Alright folks, a bit more of an update. Just had more stuff dropped off. This is actually all just clothes. It's going to be sorted through. A lot of it's probably junk maybe, but who knows. Worth having a shot, otherwise it will go to the rag house. And then there's more tubs of toys, some brats, and I think that was it. Alright team, all that clothes is now gone, except for that one there. I've still got to take that down, but it will all go to the rag house. Now what I'm going to do is, it's 1:20, I'm just going to try and sort all this into yes or no kind of stuff, just to make some space, because I do need to get in here and do some other things. And then I'll finish doing some more listings as well. Everything always happens at the same time. This is a really good problem. One thing that you know, people always laugh at is like, I've got so much stock, and I do. I've got so much stock. I really don't need any more stock. But the reality is things are always changing. We can prioritize. We can scale up. We can scale down. However, this is ridiculous all at the same time, because always when these things kind of happen, they always seem to happen at the same time. But that's something I can't necessarily regulate easily. If I had the next storage unit, I'd be pretty happy with all this. But at the moment, with all the moving and shuffling, it makes it very frustrating. And yes, people keep telling me it's time to get a warehouse, which might happen sooner than later, or it might not. So anyway, I'm going to keep doing some stuff. Whew, all right. The photographer's now gone. I've just been sorting through, making up lots of stuff that I'll be working on. Well, not necessarily. Well, actually, I've still got a little bit of time. Carla's about to leave, so I've still got about an hour and a half. So I'll probably take a few more photos at the moment. I'm just sorting through all this Thomas stuff, making up bundles of things in here that need to be done, just bigger stuff. I sold some Reselling stuff just before, and then just been putting it into different categories so that we can streamline it when I photo it. The other thing is making up some piles for the market as well. I'll be taking a lot of my pop vinyls and lower end stuff just to clear it, just to flog it, make some dollars back, why not? And then making some piles of things that for the consignment that just aren't worth it. And I've actually been speaking to the consignee that they said, yeah, I'm happy for me to take stuff to the market as well. So I'll probably take some of their stuff just to help flog it as well. So yes, all right, I'm going to continue working. I've got to do a little bit of planning. There's so many things going on, and they're all good problems. I just need a minute to kind of take it all in. There's just so much happening, which is great, but I need to make sure that I don't overdo it. But at the same time, it motivates me to work harder than ever. And I always talk about this, I love it. And even though we've got so much stock here, and I was saying before, we've got so much stock here, even though I'm getting more, it's great because I need to have stock that can continue to tick over for, I've got basically someone working here every day at this point. And I need to make sure that they've got stuff going through. And that makes my life a little bit easier, as I know that that's ticking over and I can start to work for the other stuff. However, tomorrow when I have my photographer number 1 in, they're actually going to be helping me prep for my next washing lot and getting that all sorted. So I need to actually make sure they've got space in here, which is, yep. Anyway, I'm gonna continue doing some work until I have to leave. All right, team, I'm done. I've actually consolidated this really well. We've got things into, well, I guess similar categories. I know I probably have spoken around the same things all over it today, but just lots going through my head in terms of plan. All good stuff. Like, I'm just thinking next steps. What am I going to focus on? Quick wins. What I have to do tomorrow. There's a lot of things happening between tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, and then next week. So I'm just really just talking it out as it happens. So tomorrow my photographer number 1 is actually going to be in. They're not going to be doing photos. We're actually going to be sorting clothing just to get through some of the stuff in there. And then on Monday, because we've actually got such a big backlog, I've got 300 items ready to list. And that includes my photo bank. We're actually going to smash into this and just see if we can get through it. And then photographer number 2 is going to start on all of the shorts next Tuesday. And that should get all done on Tuesday, and then hopefully we'll get into all the stuff underneath here. So like, we've got things moving the way they should be. It's just some of the stuff in there that needs to get resolved. All right, Tim, I'm out of here, just packing up and picking up Carla. So I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao. Folks, welcome to Friday, and it's the end of the week. What a week. I have 20,000 things going through my mind at the moment. It's a bit of a wild night, not that kind of wild night, but been looking for a whole bunch of new opportunities through one of my, it is through my international supplier, but just a few more options have come to life, and we've just been going through it, and it is always, growing this business has been one of the most challenging things that I've ever done in my life. The more I do it, the more comfortable I get with, stepping out of my comfort zone. But at the same time, it scares the crap out of me. Especially when you're making decisions and you're not necessarily seeing things that make it seem like, oh yeah, this is going to be easy. But I guess, if it was easy, everybody would be doing this. And the fact of the matter is, it ain't easy. Like, I think my biggest stress at the moment is still my financials. And when I say my financials in the business, because as much as we did $30,000 last month, there's still, because the business requires me to pay up front to get in response, like in return, I'm already buying stuff and preparing for 2025. So like, I'm operating 90 days ahead at any given time. And I think that's, when I start to look at it from that way, it maybe makes me feel a little bit more comfortable with some of the decisions I'm making. But it's very hard to justify, because you're not getting any results or anything back right now. So like, if I want to get some more things, some more stock, I know exactly how much stock I have left at the moment, where it lasts us till, we're basically covered until basically the first week of December, if that. And that's with, the rates that we're doing at the moment. So I know I need stock in December. And then I also know that December I'm taking some time away, which we'll talk about later. But January, February, I'm going to need stock as well. So really just planning ahead. And then when I say I get that stock, I need that stock, I need to process that stock, I need to wash that stock, I need to photo that stock. So it is really a good 90 days away. Anyway, I'm just venting because I'm nervous. It scares me as I continue to try to level up the business. Anyway, enough on that. We're going to the post office this morning. Got to drop off a post from yesterday. Then I'm going to the tip to drop off a whole bunch of cardboard. Then I'm going to pick up a consignment deal. Then we're back at the shop. We'll do a pick, pack, and post, and then probably do some sorting of the consignment deals. But then the focus is just processing clothing, sorting it, getting it ready for washing, picking it out. Does it need to be washed? I got another deal in the back that got dropped off at home yesterday, so that's what we're going to do. A big shout out to Carla, my girlfriend, my partner, the one that's keeping me sane at the moment. She got me a nice little treat. This has got a shoe. I think it's I don't know if it's Japanese or Korean goodie. I think it's Korean. Anyway, it's got a little bit of cream inside, so we went halves. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this and head on into what I've got to do. Geez, lots going on, but they're all good problems. All right, I'm a happy man. We've done the drop off at the tip. A whole bunch of cardboard gone. And now I just picked up a consignment, and I think I got about, jeepers, I must have got about 12 boxes, might have been 10 boxes. Some video games, we've got some sealed media, a whole bunch of DVD players, and goodness knows what else, probably some consoles, lots of laptops, iPads, phones, the whole works. I'm a happy man. Probably one of our bigger ones actually, which is really great to see. So it's going to be a big day. It's never a dull day. So plan is going to get back now. We're actually running ahead of schedule, which is great. I should be back at the unit by 10:30. Then the focus will be, I've got clothing and I've got all the electronics. I've got to bring everything up.
I think what I'll do is I will, I'm either going to do a pick, pack and post and get that out of the way first, or I'm going to probably then just start sorting things. I need to sort all the electronics to make space, get all that done before my photographer's in, and because then we're going to be going through other stuff. So it's going to be a fun day. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's so good. There's so many things going on. It's just madness. Wouldn't have it any other way. Do need a warehouse. Really need a warehouse. All right, team. I'll see you in a jiffy. We're here, and this is all the stuff I got. So this is the clothing bundles that I've got, and then the rest is essentially all the stuff that I've just picked up just now. All of this, just chockers. We've got a lot of work to do, so all of this will be getting shuffled today. This will be all different by the end of the day. I hope. You'll find out. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn all of this onto here. So you ready? Boop. There we go. All right, even a little DS. So this is the lower end pile, except for that. I just needed to put that there. This is the higher end pile. And then I've actually still got more in here. This is just additional extras, which I still got to go through. But all of this is, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I mean, I haven't gone through, quality checked, all that jazz. So this is the second time I've used this supplier. Really great range of stuff. It's more of an op shop mix, stuff that will range from 25 plus post, and I think it was 40 plus post, or 45 plus post. Some really interesting stuff in here. Tommy Bahama. We've got obviously some Adidas. We've got some really good brands. There's some Ralph in here. There's some big jackets in here. There's lots of Air Jordan. In this one, there's Ralph. There's jackets. There's lots of bits and bobs. So some of this I'm going to go direct and start to put it in here, and some of it needs to go to wash, and then some of it will also go to the market lot, just to test out while I've got it, just some women's stuff, and then I've also got to go through all this as well. So happy stuff. But what we have to do for all this is we have to quality check it all, we have to button check it all, rip check it all those things, and give feedback. But that takes over the week, because we've got to list it, we've got to photo it, all that jazz. So all right, nice little quick win. Here's some other cool stuff that I picked up from a consignment the other day. We've got this little FX FJ Holden Club. We got, all this is just Holden stuff. Holden jacket. That's not sure what that is. That's more Holden, more Holden, more Holden, more Holden. Nothing crazy. I think there could be some good dollars there though, but this guy's pretty unique. So little snap with a zip. Yeah, I need to turn this light on a bit better. There we go. So I'm happy with all this. Very happy at this point. I've got a lot of work to do, so I'm going to keep moving. All right, we have now cleared all this. Some of these have got to go to washing, and then I've still got a big pile over here as well, which is market as well. And then all of this is now flat laid. We've got tops, we've got a couple of tees, some pretty cool tees. This is single stitch, this one. That's made in Canada. We've got a Wu-Tang on I think this is a, Pro Weight Delta tag, and then just a little Nautica competition. They're all pants, skirts, shorts, and that's the stuff that was already there. This is all skirts and dresses, and then jackets. It's all done. I'm gonna quickly open up the extra items that came with it. All this, and see what's in here. All right, I think I realized I forgot to show you guys. So I've been going through all this. There was a whole bunch of different stuff. We've got skirts, we've got shirts, we've got some dresses in there that I'm going to take to the market just to see if we can add some variety. A few other bits and bobs here, KCSY. Yeah, so just bread and butter. I'm just moving along because time's flying. All right, the photographer's about to arrive. I'm going to start doing a pick, pack and post before I start sorting all this stuff. But essentially, they're going to be doing sorting in here. Hopefully they don't get buried alive. Set up all this for them. This is why I need a warehouse. I mean, like, it's not as simple as just, oh, quick, go out and get a warehouse. Obviously, I'm happy to do all this to save money. If I had another unit, which I really want that one, then some of my problems would be solved. But yeah, just saying. We charge on, work with what we got, do what we got to do, and make it happen. Anyway, pick, pack and post. We're on 73,877. It's been absolutely dead quiet. It is dead. We've got 12 sales to go out. I'll show you what we've got in a minute. All right, team. Oh, sorry, you're wobbling there. We've got some interesting sales. This guy's gone for like $60. It's a Duke Nukem all over t-shirt, and it's gone international. Where's it gone? Gone to Canada. Love it. We've got this Dangerfield mushroom top that's gone out as well. Just showing you some quick things. This KSCY Kiss Chasey. This thing has sold 4 times, and 4 people have not been able to pay it. So the 4th one has. The other 3 did not. Sold basically within 2 hours of listing every time. Got a couple of bundles. We've got a couple of laptops. The rest is just really shirts and skirts and everything in between. Let's pack it up. All right, team, postage is done. I'm now starting to sort all the electronics. We've got the clothes getting sorted as well. It's all happening. All right, this is what we've ended up with. Quite a bunch of good stuff. We even got an Xbox S down there as well. Lots of iPads. Want some Sims stuff. There's a couple of Mario games at the bottom somewhere there, Mario Kart. All these are all cameras. There is a DS in here too. Nice little radio stack here. We've got VCR, VHS and DVD players. These are all 8th gen and above. A couple of Macs. These are all scrap potentials. Yeah, and then I still got to go through all of this, which I don't know if I'll do that today. Not too bad. All right, now sorted all the phones. Samsung mixed, iPhone old. Check out this. Heaps of space in here now too. Can walk all the way in. Ta-da! Right, all the phones have now been sorted into their respective types. iPhones, Samsungs, and then we've got the mix and match in here, and then we've got all the vintage ones in here. This is just getting set up for whether it's going to be listed next week or whatever. This is all the stuff that's going out. So I've now got a few processes where I've got people that take certain media things off me. There's also remotes in there which go with these. These now go to someone else. I've got some laptops that go out to someone else. They're all business to business kind of relationships where we sell off or work together to make more money. I've now got all the market stuff ready as well. So that's market. That's to get, that's just for scrap. That's all market. We've got more market over there, but this stuff over here is, more stock to process. As you can see, we've got a lot more space in here now. I just got the message earlier that I've got all of my packaging supplies ready for pickup. So I've got to get that today as well. That's going to be a beast. I don't think it's going to fit here. I'm going to have to store it at home for a period and then figure out anyway. I need to start packing up. I've got to put all this back in here, and yeah, we've made a good dent. I'll give you an update before I leave, but yeah. All right, all the shirts are now processed. Some have gone for washing, some haven't, and yeah, we are absolutely shockers. So we'll be back here again next week and do it all again. I'll give you a recap on the way home. Ciao. Woo! What a day and what a week. It is time to wrap it up. I've got so much on my mind. I mean, just coming straight off the cuff, it's just interesting to think about. I was actually reflecting on this entire year and how this year feels like it's been like 2 years, from the amount of just progress, the things that we're doing, the things that we're seeing happening. It's just been absolutely incredible. But at the same time, like I still get super nervous, get excited, loving it, living the dream kind of style. But there's like just myself, how much I've been able to grow and had to adjust with being able to grow. It's just, just taking it all in. One of the lessons for this week that I just wanted to kind of express is when I came up today with all those boxes, there was like 6-7 boxes
from the consignment, like it was looking like, how am I going to do all this? Like, I've got no space. There's a million things going on at once. I've got so much consignments going on, but it's all good things. It's all good things. Anyway, I realized, no, this is fine because I have processes in place. I've got a way that I'm sorting through all this, and I processed it all, and we've actually got more space in terms of being able to just do things and doability. Obviously, I now have to go photo everything and then get it listed, but we're making it work with the space that we have and the constraints that we have. As much as I want a warehouse, and I do need a warehouse, it's still, we got to wait for that to happen. So I've got to make the most of it, and to be able to know that I've got certain things that come in and then they go straight back out. Now that I've got the market opportunity as well, which if you want to come check it out at Pearsdale on the 16th of November, basically this Saturday, if you're watching this video on the Monday, it's going to be hopefully another avenue and another way that I can bring in revenue and that opportunity. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes, but things are working in the right direction. The other lesson for this week is that there's still a lot of things that need to be fixed in terms of, I'm getting a bit better groove now that I've got, 2 people working, which is the equivalent of 1 full-time employee, because one's 3 days, one's 2 days. And now that that's getting a bit better of a groove, we need to start to list more. I haven't been listing as much since John had the big issue with the typhoon in the Philippines, just because he had to pull back a little bit. But now we're back up to 40 a day. Hopefully now that I've got groove with photographer 1, photographer 2, we've got enough steady flow of stock, we should be able to just start to increase that now as well. So there's still, with that, I think we can start to then see some improvements top line and hopefully bottom line as well. The other thing is that I find is I like to give myself work. I like to make myself work hard, and I do like a good challenge that's brought on by myself, because I do these challenges ever since the start of the year. We've gone to Canberra, we've gone to Adelaide, I've done the big house picks, I've done all these different things where I've had to work extra hard, and it's those moments where you take extra hard work or extra action or massive action, and that's when you make massive progress. And this week has been one of those weeks, and I feel it right now, and this week is not over. I have a lot to do, so I've got to go pick up my all my padded mailers, my satchels, my boxes, all that now. I'm going to take it home. I'm going to have to unpack it. Tomorrow, I'm actually taking the rest of the book haul to the person that's purchased that. So I've got to pack the van for all that. I then have to drop it off. Then got another deal on the way home, and I'm actually on my way to pick up another deal that I do on my normal Friday. So like, there's just so much happening. And to think about all this, I actually forgot we did all that clothing that came in today as well. And I say today because I'm doing this on the way home from Friday. But my point is, I've done so much today, and I feel great about it because I feel like I've accomplished heaps. We went to the tip, I did the consignment pickup, I sorted all the clothing. We've now processed so much other clothing. I've processed all the consignments. Like, you got to give yourself tasks that's going to get you to move forward, and today was one of those days. So my reflection, this is a lesson for me, it's not for you, is that, good job, Chris. And my encouragement to you is like, find ways to make yourself work harder to get, where you want to be. And it's just like following cookie crumbs to the big prize. That's all it is. So lots to take away for this week. I'm still buzzing. It's still a big weekend ahead. Got to go get fuel now. We'll leave it there. I might even talk a little bit more when I go for the financials, but we're going to jump over to the financials now. It's been a pretty quiet week. At the time right now, I haven't even hit my weekly quota yet, so we're a bit under. But I think there's a lot of things going on that's got that into play at the moment. So, all right, I'm gonna go fill up with fuel, pick up the deal, get the post stuff, and drop off the post and all that jazz. And I'll talk to you about the financials. Ciao. All right, so the financials. This week, it's been a bit of a tough sell at the moment of me filming this, which is actually, it's only 9 o'clock on the Sunday morning. It's actually been a pretty quiet week. I feel like I've had to work extra hard to get the sales. I mean, all things considered, we've hit my targets that I've wanted to hit only just. We're currently sitting on about $5,179, and sales has been about 120 or 119 actually. And just a fun little fact, this is actually week 200 since I've started the business. So we're 200 weeks in. Like, it just blows my mind. ASP this week has been about $43. So, not too bad, which I would like that to be higher, but I'll take it. It'll be interesting to see how the next week goes with the combination of, obviously, the week in general on eBay, but also I'll be wrapping up the end of the week with the market. And we'll see how much sales come in. And I'll do a bit more details on that, of course, in next week's video. In terms of the month, how we're tracking for the month, I won't dabble into it too much. We're sitting on about 7,600. It's been a pretty slow start to the month. We haven't been hitting the numbers that I would like to be hitting. We're currently on track to do about 23,000 for the month. And net profit margin at the moment is about 36%. But this is a little diluted because we haven't obviously paid wages and everything for the rest of the month. So, it's early days. So we'll wait and see where that lands. That's really essentially it. We've already spoken through the lessons. One thing I did wanted to kind of just finish up the week with is I listened to the book called The Dip by Seth Godin, and it's a really short and sharp book, and it's really great, especially if you're building a business. But it's a great book for anyone that's wanting to be successful, essentially. And the dip, I'll define it for you when I've written it out here so I don't butcher it, but the dip identifies the challenging phase that precedes meaningful success in any venture. I would encourage you, get your hands on this book, grab the book, whether it's audio version or a hard copy or whatever, because it really does help you go through understanding making those strategic, decisions and persevering through those strategic decisions. The other thing is it helps you understand about making those smart decisions, like what does that even look like, but also helping you understand what will separate the best from the rest. And it's really a great debate between when is it time to call quits versus when is it not time to call quits. And reading that book has re-emphasized to myself that I've got to keep pushing through. We are going through the dip. And the title of this video, well, originally it might not be now, but was Growth is Hard, but It's Required. And I'm not slowing down. I've got big ambitions, and it just means I'm going to continue to have to do things which are going to make me uncomfortable. But in the longer run, it should mean that we will see great value in return. So that's really what's been on my mind. Really do appreciate you being here. Of course, if you do have any questions, comments, chuck them down below. More than happy to answer. And you have a wonderful day. Cheers.